It's not a date night. You know what I mean? Like when you go out on a date, like you eat your little piece of fish, a little vegetable, like this ain't date night. This is you going home to lay down after. What's up, y'all? Millie Peartree here again. Today we're making something different. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. A Jamaican oxtail with butter beans. Yes, I said oxtail singular, not plural. I'm a Southern girl. We call it oxtails in my household. But when it comes to the West Indian culture, it is singular. A big batch of oxtail. It does take a long time to cook. I love to pull out a good Dutch oven to make something like this, and you can eat it like a stew by itself, but today we're gonna have all the fixings with it because there's nothing like a bowl of oxtails with rice, peas, cabbage, and sweet plantains. What exactly is oxtail? Oxtail does not come from an ox. Oxtail is actually the tail of a cow. So what we have here, we have some oxtail. So we're just gonna season liberally all over our meat with salt and pepper on all sides. We have these big pieces, so you gotta get in there. This recipe has so many different flavors, from browning seasoning, thyme, Scotch bonnet peppers, which are extremely hot, but it's like that good hot, right? It's that warming feeling. I have Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, Worcester, whatever. Okay, so I have my pot already warm. There you go, that's when you know it's hot. Like any type of meat, when we're cooking, we will not overcrowd this pot. We don't want to steam it. We want color. As you cook things in layers, you're continuing to develop the flavor, and as you develop the flavor, you get the best product in the end. So this is one of those dishes that's going to take a little bit of time, but put some music on, jam, get to it. We're going to be here for a minute. It's a quick dish, but we're going to be here for a while. So now that we have our oxtail seared on all sides, let's talk through all of the ingredients that we have. Sweet onions, scallions, I have some garlic and ginger, paprika, and Jamaican curry powder. The reason why I use Jamaican curry powder is more turmeric based. I feel like it's more earthy than Indian curry powders. I have some tomato paste, screaming hot, hot, hot. Scotch bonnet peppers, some chicken base. You can use a bouillon cube or you can use chicken or beef stock. Pimento seeds, some browning seasoning, some Worcestershire sauce, some fresh thyme, and more salt and pepper to taste. So we're gonna take our onions, same oil that we browned our meat in. So we're gonna take our onions and we're gonna get to a saute. And we're gonna add our scallions, a little bit of salt, because we're gonna sweat our veggies. So we're gonna let this go a couple minutes. This will be a good base for a soup too. I like anything onions. And during this saute process, I'm gonna add my curry powder and my paprika. Some people may season their meat with it. I like to add it to my vegetable because when we saute this, we're gonna bloom it and it opens it up. And I feel like when you toast the spices, you get a lot more flavor from it. I've seen recipes where people use the garlic whole. And I've also seen recipes where people dump in their garlic with their onions. I just never wanna risk burning my garlic. You can ruin a whole entire meal with burnt garlic. Love fresh ginger. So that we added our ginger and garlic. We sauteed it until it's fragrant. You can smell it. The kitchen smells amazing. We're gonna add our tomato paste and our Worcestershire sauce. Pimento seeds. We're gonna add our browning seasoning. Browning seasoning is caramelized sugar. You could totally make browning seasoning yourself. You could just add some sugar and a little bit of water to a saute pan, and you're just gonna cook it low and slow until you get like this rich, dark color. And this is what gives oxtail that earthy color that you see with all that delicious gravy. That's what it is, the browning seasoning. So now I have some chicken base here. I'm gonna add that. And you can totally use a beef base. You can use stock if you like. Depth, flavor, this is what we're talking about, building flavors. And now we're gonna add our oxtail back to our pot, juices and all. We are gonna throw in a couple sprigs of thyme and our Scotch bonnet peppers. Hot, hot, hot. And what we're gonna do with these peppers is we're gonna pierce them. We are not gonna chop these. We just wanna release some heat from it. These are extremely hot. I know some island people that can eat these like candy. I'm not about that life. I did not wake up and choose violence. I do not like violence. I can no longer take heat the way I used to. So with that being said is do not, and I repeat, do not serve it to me. So right now we have all of our ingredients in a pot. We're gonna bring it up to a boil. We'll turn it down to a simmer. We're gonna cover it. When the meat starts to fall off the biggest oxtail we have in the pot, we're gonna add some canned butter beans to it, rinsed, and then we're gonna serve it with some other fixings. The time has come where we're gonna do the unveiling of this oxtail with butter bean. But there is no better way to eat this delicious one-pot meal. It's traditionally with some coconut rice and peas, some sweet plantains, and I have some red bell peppers, some cabbage, some garlic, and some carrots. Kind of like a southern fried cabbage, right? You know, because you gotta eat your veggies. And now, y'all know how we get. We start dancing. Boom, falling off the bone oxtail. So good, delicious. Boom, color, smell, and the best part, extra gravy on the rice with those butter beans. And we're just gonna go in. And of course, we have to be a little chefy. Some scallions. Look at how beautiful this plate looks. Like this, let me tell you something. This is after you worked a long day and your significant other comes home and brings you that paycheck. You have this waiting for them. Let's go in for the bite. The spiciness from the Scotch bonnet pepper, the creaminess from the butter beans, just rice, cabbage, sweet plantains. It's such a delicious bite. I'm hoping that each and every one of you try this recipe. It is good for your loved ones to cook out, that special someone. Tell them I sent you, and make sure you make this with love.